Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro at the Toronto Film Festival. It's time to review Dumb Money. This is the recent phenomenon when a community of Redditors became obsessed with a streamer by the name of Roaring Kitty, and this community all bought GameStop stock on his recommendation, eventually grabbing the attention of hedge fund managers and people who had stakes betting against that stock. If anything's interesting about it, it's just that it's told from many different perspectives. This is a breezy and enjoyable, pretty funny retelling of this true story. So recent, in fact, I was worried that this thing would just feel so rushed and dispassionate, but I actually found myself pretty invested in this cinematic retelling of it. Although there are many characters and it's kind of an ensemble piece, there is thankfully a lead character, and that is Paul Dano's character, and the movie really grounds itself emotionally through his story, and if it didn't do that, it might not have been good. They cared about his principles and what the movement represented and the weight of that on this character's shoulders. The film has a largely hip-hop soundtrack, and it's trying to smash you in the head with it. I think it actually kind of worked. I like the energy that it injected into the story, especially because camera work-wise, there's not really a lot going on here. Really, the energy comes from the editing and cross-cutting between the different stories and the music. I think you feel this way, that there's a lack of finesse in the camera work and that you would want to see something a little better looking, but I personally didn't really care. Maybe it's because the film came across more as a straightforward comedy, or maybe because it just didn't need to be a beautiful looking movie. But I found that Craig Gillespie was in perfectly good form here, and his work has surprised me throughout all of his features. I can't say that I don't miss some of the more dynamic camera work that was seen in I, Tonya and even like parts of Cruella. This movie is probably his dullest looking yet. Even under the thumb of Disney, he was able to make something more visually dynamic. I think this was a choice though. I don't think it was whether he was prevented from doing that by external forces. No, but the choices that he made were not interesting. Like, I feel like there could have just been a little more energy with the camera movement, but I also just thought the colors were dull, gray, and drab, and it was almost a little bit of an ugly looking movie in some ways. I mean, it's not the kind of movie that needs to look beautiful to work, but at the same time, this is subpar for a movie like this. I don't understand why it can't look a little better. The film definitely feels like it's on the right side of interpreting who the villains are here and who the heroes are that we're supposed to be rooting for. It has a modern take on how people generally feel about Wall Street fellows who are just cashing in for basically not really doing too much while everybody else is working hard and not making as much money and finding it impossible to climb the social or economic ladder. But it doesn't really go beyond that. It doesn't go for harder hitting or deeper commentary into this system. It just does a faithful retelling of this event. I don't think anyone's gonna be completely blown away by it. At least I might be surprised if one was. I would recommend this because I think it's breezy and entertaining. Yeah, there were a lot of fun supporting performances. The dialogue was snappy and witty and didn't feel lazily written. The movie's not doing anything crazy inventive or diving that deep, but that's fine. It was good for what it was. I would give it a 7 out of 10. I would also give it a 7 out of 10. As far as Oscar prospects go, I don't see any for this movie. It is what it is. It's gonna stay in its little entertainment lane. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Did you hold the line on your GameStop stock?